I was thinking just in my simple brain, I'm a simple man, I'll take Alistair here. But the Heimerdinger is actually the big brain play that you mentioned, and it does so well for similar reasons, but it is just so impactful in lane.
Oh, not going to be the case. It's the more subdued, give him the door strategy.
It is
I would have liked the Heimer. To start this one off, eyes are going to be glued to him. Let's jump onto the Rift for game one.
I mean, I think this composition does call for it to a certain extent, but
I would have preferred a lot of other things.
I mean, there were a lot.
It does make sense, though.
There were a lot of things that Live Sandbox could have done to make this draft, I feel like, so strong. Teddy could have picked Varus, right? They left it open. K'Sante has been struggling, and I think this is in part due to the rise of Renekton and Jax in this meta, who have just been so dominant in Renekton's early game especially, but also in Jax's side lane power that K'Sante just isn't matching for.
And it does look really insane, but hasn't really been the case more recently.
Yeah, I agree. Because K'Sante, when he was on release and in his early patches, okay, hold up, Closer.
Yeah, we got a bit of a 2v2 here in this mid lane, but we're binding the soul once again, and Closer is going to back away. Still, Fiesta in a bit of trouble, as Clear is going to successfully get his first teleport off of the year in the LCK. Love to see that. Closer doing a fair bit of damage here, as he will just go back. Emperor's Divide comes out, and there's the ult forward. Closer misses kind of everything, and the Q, and now going to have to flash to get out of the way of the heroic charge. Kyle comes over, says, what was just going on there, Closer? That was a very strange series of events. And Closer says yes, but they are going to all be safe.
That was
making sure it all works out. I mean, Teddy was, I guess, assuming that... Okay, never mind. Closer is once again going to...
Things are going to miss!
Ult forward. And the Keeper's Verdict did nothing. But that's fine. Sylvie going to keep himself safe. Dundun might be in trouble, but he goes all out. He just collects Willa, who is going to be smashed to the other side of the pit. And now Liv Sandbox in a really rough position. Emperor's Divide's fantastic. 2 dead, as Nongshim will lose Dundun, but I think he might have done his job. The Steadfast Presence coming down. Peter getting stuns left and right, but Closer, he'll land that one. It's a double kill for Clear, who is still at full health, wondering who to eat next. Look at this Crocodile, and man, he doesn't miss, right? Because there's not very many abilities that you can miss.
Yeah,
and he looks like a god at the end of that.
He can only miss if he's not standing on top of people, which he was in that fight.
And now wanders past the turret. Jiwoo in trouble, though. Oh, dear. Peter with a Magnet Storm, though, and Sylvie is going to make his way in. Teddy's just flashing. Kyle going to flash away also, and they'll accept it. They'll take those 2 summoner spells and be okay with it. As Teddy hits a ward, maybe accidentally, but Frost Shot going to slow down Peter, but won't be able to kill him. Ash is moving into the brush.
Ash is such a weird champion because she's vulnerable, then she's like, okay, I've used both of my summoners, I'm half health, however, I'm Ash, so you guys need to leave now. We'll lose a lot of CS. Look at that gold diff.
Oh dear, Peter in trouble, as that is a heroic charge. Decent one there. Sylvie gives him the thumbs up. Oh, he misses, but it doesn't matter. Teddy is still dead. He survives for a long time, but Willa, he twists and advances the ultimate, and that is going to kill the Azir. Sylvie could be in trouble, but he's also Poppy, so he's actually going to be totally fine. Clear comes down, but it's not actually going to result in anything. Still, Liv Sandbox, they move over towards this Drake.
That's true.
It's not really the Dundun way. Is Willa immediately flashes away from Peter here. Doesn't want to mess around with this Rel whatsoever. As Clear is now going to get all out, and he does Dominus, but he might be biting off more than he can chew, and he can chew a lot because he's a crocodile, as K'Sante almost dies, but Clear trying to go for it does not work out. 1 versus 4 probably not going to happen, as the arrow is going to sail through. Fiesta could be caught out, as he does get himself over the wall. The Unbound Soul's going to have to be returned to, but it is exactly when he wants it to, as there's Chains of Corruption landing onto Willa. This game is chaotic as all heck, and I am here for it. Chains of Corruption has the highest accuracy. And if you told me about that was going to be the case, when never mind, just going to hold that thought for a moment. Dundun going all out. They are going to be able to take down the Yone very comfortably here. And Sylvie kind of running the map on his Poppy today.
Yeah, I'm just going to have to, he's thinking about it.
Yeah, Closer is spotted as well. He's making his way in. There's an arrow. It will be able to land onto Jiwoo, who just takes it, presses the cleanse button, is now Nature's Grasp going to come through. Clear has already Dominus, and he's now looking for that flank angle. Oh man, this could be the Crocodile's moment. As now Fiesta, he does have Emperor's Divide to get rid of him. But Clear's Dominus is actually going to wear off. He does dive forward, and there's the ult from the Yone, but it's not as good as the incredible ult from Sylvie, who just gets rid of everyone. He's going to secure the Drake. They take down Teddy. Poppy looking absolutely fantastic, as Willa going to get jumped on top of. Heroic Charge going to push him into the wall, and He will need to flash. There is the Nature's Grasp as well, as Kyle not going to be able to offer anything to this tree. Willa trying desperately to stay alive, but it's not going to work out. Now Closer diving onto Jiwoo here, but he's just going to get pushed away. The defensive play not quite good enough, though, as Closer will be able to get on top of the Varus in the end. So jungler for 80 carry. Sandbox going to have to be all right with that. Just a little bit for the moment. Does mean we can take a little bit of stock, as I say that. Arrow is just going to pierce the side of the map there, and will continue to sail around Runeterra. He can, but there is a keeper's verdict that they have to pay attention to. And now, there it is. It's being charged up. Nature's Grasp is too good. They dive on in there, but the Baron is going to be secured by Jiwoo. The tree is going to go down. Emperor's Divide is decent as Clear's in the bouncy castle, but he goes golden. He's trying to stay alive. Closer whiffs the ultimate yet again. Clear is still up. He's going to get smashed into the wall, though. He should be taken down. Teddy's dead as well. Nongshim, they'll take the Baron. They won't keep their Varus alive, but I think otherwise it's looking pretty good. Also, the Drake wasn't secured by Closer for how that one was done, as he's now back into the Drake pit and dead.
All right.
His soul is very unbound.
We are revoking his Yone license. We're revoking it. I'm actually calling the department. Oh, I mean, I don't know exactly the context of this when it came out of a replay, but maybe looking for a deep steal, let's say.
I'm going to guess that Nongshim started the Drake.
Things would have been very different, but Willer having an uncharacteristically off game, speaking of.
Yeah, there's the crash down from Peter. The ulti goes completely wide from Kyle, and that means, yet again, in the same position, the tree will fall.
Yep. Well,
And
Yeah, Peter's also confused. He doesn't understand either.
What he just said was, what? That was it. He just said, what?
Jiwoo's going to
Could be
push
the avenue.
I mean, he has Runins. He's going to use it to clear his way very quickly. Look at Peter's positioning. The follow-up is definitely in position here.
Sylvie, just keep your eye on that helicopter. The keeper's verdict is available still as Baron's going down extraordinarily quickly. They need to keep the Poppy out of the pit. Clear is pretty massive with Sandbox a little bit split, but there's the ulti from Closer. Not a whole lot of value, but his soul is unbound. He goes back. The GA is going to keep him alive as Clear is going to return to the fight now. Peter looking for that flank angle. But Nongshim, now they don't have the keeper's verdict.
Yeah, they do not, but this Baron is... I don't think you can take this.
Closer is going to get caught out. Peter is just going to jump on top of him. Teddy is free hitting, but he's not doing a massive amount of damage. And Cassante is Cassanteing. It's gigantic amounts of work here for Dundon.
But, I mean, I don't know if that was a Liv Sandbox fan or
Yeah, I don't know. It could be neither. It could be
really
neither.
sums up the state of the game, doesn't it? And,
oh, dear. Well, Clear
that's
is...
a GA, probably.
Yeah, going to try and fight Fiesta here as Jiwoo is going to come over, and unfortunately Clear, sometimes you want the popcorn chicken, is he's going to flash on top of Jiwoo, and it's not going to do anything there. He fully charged up his Rage Blade, and he was pretty angry that Nongshim need him to do.
야, 불까지 뺐어.
And that's a very happy Peter right there.
집 찍고 해야 돼.
I don't know, Liv Sandbox, they're going to go for it again. The answer is more fighting, as Emperor's Divide is going to be used onto Closer. Sterix pops, but it's just not going to work. Jiwoo stays alive, he's kiting, he's trying to make it work. In goes Fiesta, just takes down Peter. Clear diving into the backline, but he doesn't have GA anymore. He has to try and slice and dice his way to freedom, but Dundon, the angry bee, is after him. There's the flash forward. He finds no buttons that are going to land, but you know what he's doing? He's making sure that the Renekton can't do anything. He's going to give him the old thumbs up. And yeah, now the minions are going to block him. This is a very strange situation. Meanwhile, the game is ending.
It's ending.
Oh, that was cute from Clear, though.
Joinked.
As now, Jonah Strong is going to have to go back to the Nexus falling down. And Nongshim, they will take game one. I want another one like that, though, Wolf. That was a lot of fun.
Paused it at, like, you know, look at the goal difference here. You paused it at like 13, 15 minutes. You're like, okay, Liv Sandbox are crushing this one, right? You fast forward a few team fights and then you're like, oh man, like they must have been really crushed in the early game, right? Not actually. It's just that the front-to-back team fights for the side of Nongshim here were so clean. Sylvie was always proactive.
Still Clear, he is very, very good. On the top side of the map, we saw that already with his Renekton. Was probably the best player on the Rift for Liv Sandbox in the last game. As now...
It's Poppy top.
Yeah,
he's just going to play Poppy top. He's actually so smart. Dundon is like, yeah, I can play this. I can do this. And, I mean, you're flexing the jungle. It's going to be Kha'Zix to come through. I actually suddenly came to the realization you can still front to back. That Poppy can still be a tank just with actually more money than he had in game 1.
I think still, definitely fun stuff here from Nongshim. See whether they can take it 2-0 as we hop onto the Rift. Before heading towards that top side, we'll see how the Poppy is going to go nullifying the value of the Cassante. Of course, you don't necessarily win lanes as Poppy, but you do very well at stopping people from having a good time, as that is a Zenith Blade to land already onto Jiwoo, taken down below half health. Yeah. Maybe she's got to deal with Boris to like send her items, like bucklers.
Willer is coming over here, and Jiwoo and Peter might look for... Okay, hold up.
All right, and we're going for a bit of an engage, but Kyle, he's got Eclipse. Jiwoo is burning down, and he should still die. There it is. The last tick is going to do it, and Kyle grabs first blood.
And this game is... I don't think it could be less... I'm scared here for a second, Jiwoo.
Yeah,
we're doing it again.
He's going aggressive, Kyle. That Eclipse is getting so much value. Jiwoo is just dead. Teddy's going to grab that kill. Over the wall goes Sylvie. Peter is going to follow him with his flash. And Liv Sandbox, I think they took the last game pretty personally, Wolf.
Yeah.
It's the Doran shield. Dundon's got a buckler.
Oh, that's it.
Kyle's back again, looking for more action. Gonna have to flash away from this one, though, because Sylvie's going to turn up still. Fiesta able to limp away from it. Willer getting to work on Shelly.
Yeah, just an easy opportunity here with the Shiv clearing this wave so quickly. Fiesta's just hard-pressed to deal with it, and that's going to be all of that plate money going over.
Yep.
And, I mean, look, this is a lead that's compounding very quickly here for Liv Sandbox without a whole lot of additional violence. They're just taking control of the map.
Kyle's Hex flashing in. Finds himself a Zenith Blade as Teddy, he's got that killer instinct. That is not the Solar Flare we were looking for. However, Willer is still here. It doesn't even really seem to matter. However, Kyle is going to step a little bit too close to the sun, as we like to say here. And there's the flash forward from Jiwoo. He's not done yet. There is a cleanse available. Supercharger is going to come through as Teddy just says, no, you do not step up to me. As Sylvie's going to dive in and says no to Teddy, but it looked pretty cool as Fiesta is flashing out of the way, had to break those chains.
Just to make it mean things, yeah. But he might make it mean something here.
Yeah, Willer's looking to make his way up. There's an all-out here for Clear as Jiwoo just stands his ground and probably will just kill him. Yeah, it's a 1-for-1 in the end as Willer is now going to turn into the Aphelios, but not the greatest of moments there for Clear, you could say.
Stat checked.
Well, I mean, that's what they're doing. The cool kids never panic and they're shivving. Having a really good time. As Dundon, possibly not going to be having such a good time. Heroic Charge is pretty good, though, and he's very, very tanky. Don't spend too much time around him. He doesn't find the ultimate, though. And Willer just going to get out the Blade of the Ruin King and will just stab the Poppy. It is taking a really long time to kill him, as Closer does eventually take him down. Nongshim with a fair bit of space now on the map, but...
Let's see if they can punish here. Like, they're hoping to catch Teddy, but I just don't see it happening. There's too much vision.
Is when...
KT Bro Part 2?
Yeah, exactly. It's the end of the epic best of 7.
Okay, this is desperation with a capital D. Let's see if it works out. Jiwoo does not have his red gun just yet. He's trying to hit that Calibrum.
Yeah, this will deny side lane play, though, and there is no Willer, so they just burn it down, and it is going to be taken. Now Clear is in trouble. Tim is trying to get aggressive as Dindon... Oh no, he's going to be the sacrificial Poppy, but he throws them all away! He's trying to teleport Teddy! He can't kill him! He can kill him in time! Never you mind, the passive should never be underestimated.
For the heist kids, they're trying to steal like the SAT questions or whatever.
Yeah, as that is a flash out of the Solar Flare, as Kyle is pretty mad about the fact that Nongshim just stole a Baron out from under them. Closer looking to try and squash the bug like we were talking about.
Now, eventually they will have to start the Drake.
Uh-oh, Peter. Oh dear, looks for the hook, doesn't find Teddy there, as Liv Sandbox a little bit split as Fiesta teleports back in, but once again another zap.
Yeah, and one more. I mean, he keeps hitting Fiesta.
Oh my goodness, he finds Closer! Closer's gonna be able to dash away, but man, that was really cool from Peter.
He
finds the angle.
He's gonna have to rush back.
Yeah, Clear has to flash to get himself out of the way as well as Fiesta's gonna get ultimate. And there's the explosion. Sometimes he just rains down a Cathian and you cannot help but die.
This is actually like the one time where it's actually legit a Kaisa POG. Like if Teddy wins this game, I mean, his aim, he just keeps locking down that Annie every time. Now they're trapped.
Yeah, now Jiwoo as well. Suboptimal guns for the fight at the same time. More zaps fly through, but the heroic charge is good. Will is going to go golden though, and into the backline goes Clear. Just executes the Aphelios. Peter's going to be chained to death as well, and Nongshim. I mean, it was a valiant effort. They knew they had to try something, but it is not going to work. And Liv Sandbox, they'll also take an inner turret. I don't even think this soul point even matters. They are still going to fight for it because they're pretty strong. Voidseeker going to connect onto Dundun. There's a heroic charge though into the wall. They take down Closer this time. And Clear losing most of his health bar. Sylvie going to get to work. They do manage to take down the Drake.
I mean, that Leandres is getting some work done here too for Fiesta. I mean, this is real damage here. They can win this fight.
Oh, they definitely will. And that is Kyle going down as their next victim. Liv Sandbox scattering to the hills.
Deleting so many of these Baron buffs as well, and now starting to get back map control. I mean, they could survive the next 20 seconds of this without losing any inhibs. Looks like they'll lose this turret. Probably.
Oh! Flash Tibbers! Teddy is going to be able to get out. Does have the superchargers now. Jiwoo's trying to get these auto attacks over, and he will find them. It's a double kill already in Nongshim.
Oh no!
I don't know how it's happening, Wolf, but it's happening.
It's happening, but like, oh, okay,
oh,
that
man.
was. Whoo.
You need to put a little bit of extra fuel in those Void Seekers.
Yeah, this is it. The fight to decide this game.
This is so neck and neck. It just comes down to this.
Closer.
And in goes Sylvie. Looks for Closer there. He loses half of his health bar. So much harder to poke now, but Teddy. Oh dear, there's a killer instinct and Sylvie's gonna go golden. Teddy now trying to find his space and he will force Sylvie away.
Sylvie's gonna have to back here, so no smite for this fight. Nongshim might have to give this up, but that basically means it's losing the game. They have to somehow win this without a jungler.
Yeah,
good luck.
All they need to just keep them busy until he comes back. There are Hex Gates available, remember, guys.
Okay, he's coming down. He's in the portal. Closer needs to be wary of this.
All right, they're going to push Dundun in. He's going to flash, looks for heroic charge, but doesn't actually get it. Hook lands onto Willa. Teddy's going to get knocked up as Clear gets into the backline. Jiwoo is trying to fight him. He flashes. Clear doesn't find the Q, and it's the Aphelios that wins out 200 years versus Cassante. I didn't know it was the 200 years that was going to win, and now Severum's getting work done. Willa's trying to escape. The Drake is being ignored completely, and Dundun gets the last laugh as Closer thinks that he just wants to try and kill the base.
By Leandres. Here's the Baron.
Yep, Kyle off to the backside of this one is Teddy standing near the Hex Gate. There's the Baron. It's going to go to Nongshim, and now they are just tearing them apart. Closer's dead. There goes Clear. And now Liv Sandbox, they are just going to rush the base, I guess, because there is no other option. They are otherwise just going to lose the game as Sylvie almost dies. But he's going to survive the Acathian Rain this time. Teddy he's on 6 items. He is just gigantic.
Okay, Peter.
And it doesn't seem to mean anything.
Peter blocks Sylvie here. They're just going to push mid. Unfortunately for Liv Sandbox, they just don't have the answers just yet. But
wait.
Okay,
wait.
Hold on. There's 30 seconds to go on Closer. Kyle can buy some time here.
There are 2 Nexus turrets.
Yeah, 2 Nexus turrets.
So a backdoor is not really a possibility. Tibbers is trying to block as many Void Seekers as possible. Hook gonna connect, engaging onto Willion is dangerous unless you have a bajillion damage.
Teddy does
and
a lot.
they have exactly that. Willer is just getting ripped apart. Jiwoo is a monster, a raid boss, and Teddy will be just clipped. That is going to be Jiwoo taking the triple kill, and the Nexus will go down. Nongshim! They take the 2-0. They had to work for the second one, but man, what an entertaining game. Oh. And I just want to say as well, immediately after the camera pan to Nongshim, Dundun stands up, Sylvie starts to celebrate, and Dundun says, no, we've got to shake the hands of our opposition. And that...
Thank you very much, guys. This is Dear for the POG Interview translation. We are here joined by Sylvie and Dundun on the side of Nongshim Red Fort. Sylvie with a clean 2-0 with an insane comeback in Game 2. How do you feel? There are a lot of games that we lost because we didn't do well. And although we made some mistakes today, I feel like we were able to overcome that, and I'm really happy that we won. And Ju, this is your first interview. How do you feel? I didn't know that I would get POG today. I'm really happy that I got one. I'm quite nervous since this is my first interview.
자, 첫 승후 오랜만의 승리입니다. 연패 기간 동안 팀 분위기가 침체될 수도 있었을 텐데요.
So you guys finally secured a win after your first victory, and it's really easy for a team to fall into a slump from losing streak. So what kind of discussion did you have with your team to break the losing streak? Even though we win or we would lose constantly, we would try to talk about what way we can improve as a team, what we need to fix, and I feel like those combined actually paid off.
좀 빛을 발하지 않았나 싶습니다. 자, 실비 선수 1세트, 실비 선수의 망치가
And Sylvie, in game 1, your hammer was quite fierce.
말로 홈런을 날린 실비 선수의 그 명장면 같이 한번
And
보면서 이야기
let's take a look
나눠보겠습니다.
at the moment where you hit your grand slam.
이때 기억나시나요?
네.
네, 장면 설명 부탁드릴게요.
Do you remember this part?
이때 약간 저희가 처음에
Please walk us through.
용 자리를 밑으로 잡았어야 되는데 레넥톤이
We were supposed to position bot side to get Drake and get ready for the team fight, but I think I managed to react to how Peter was able to grab the enemy, and I actually just reactively landed my ult.
또 2세트에서는 농심 레드포스가 뽀삐를
And in
빠르게
game
가져오기도
2,
했었는데요. 정글이 아닌 탑으로 돌리시더라고요.
the side of Nongshim quickly took Poppy, but it turned out to be a flex pick top. So can you explain the draft? I feel like the top meta is Xante, Renekton, and Jax. So Poppy happens to be pretty good against Renekton and Jax. And I feel like they actually first picked and blind picked Xante, so we decided that it would be a good counter.
자, 이어서 지우 선수에게 질문 드리도록 하겠습니다. 지우 선수 2세트에서는
Next question is for Jiu.
않았나 싶었는데요. 플레이적으로 어떻게 좀 상세하고자
And
하셨을까요?
it seemed like your comp suffered a bit of disadvantage, but how did you manage to overcome it? I feel like we were just trying to go for a 50-50, but it didn't go as well as we planned.
초반 라인전 좀 힘들었지만
But we were able to overcome it
자신감
through
있게
team
임해주셨던 것
fights.
같습니다. 자, 그리고 또 2세트 초반에서 바텀에서 사고가 나면서
And with
말씀하신
the
대로
early
게임이
accident
힘들었는데
bot,
첫 발언을
the
가져오면서
game felt
기세가
challenging
점점
for your
좋아지는
team.
모습이었습니다.
With the team taking the first Baron, you guys regained momentum. So whose call was it to get that miraculous Baron?
이제 무기가
So
그 전에
I believe that it was winnable.
다들 같이 바론 오더 했던 것 같습니다.
So I think it was like a collective shot calling as a team to go Baron.
그 전부터 좀 불리했었어가지고
Even before the Baron, we were at a disadvantage, and Peter was like, "Oh, maybe we should give it a shot."
역전의 발판을 만들어 주셨군요. 좋습니다. 자, 그리고 이후에 게임을 승리로 굳힌 마지막 한타 장면이 있었습니다. 지우 선수 같이 보면서 이야기 나눠보도록
And the last team
하겠습니다.
fight was what secured your victory. So let's take a look at the replay.
네, 장면 설명 한번 부탁드리겠습니다.
이때
Can you walk us through this moment?
팀원들이 그냥 앞라인 보면서
Our
천천히
teammates
하자고 했고
were trying to
크산테가
go front to back, and we were telling each other to play slow.
크산테가 큐프를 실수해서 좀 좋은 장면 나왔던
And
것 같아요.
Xante ended up making a mistake with his Q flash, so we were able to take advantage of that.
이 장면 어떻게 보셨을까요?
제가 한번 그 전에 좀 무리하게 딜교를 해가지고 피가 까인 상태였는데
I think I was actually I tried to trade, but it didn't go as well as planned, so I had to back, but I came back at a really good timing. And Sylvie, after game 1, we heard lots of praises towards Ferris's play. And after game 2, we heard, "You do you, Jiu." And we noticed that Jiu's performance was definitely something that stood out today. So would you say that Jiu joining the team has brought up the spice level? How's the synergy? I feel like everything's been going pretty well, and Jiu does make very proactive and aggressive plays. And it seems like it's been working out for our team overall.
지우라고 외치기도 하고 그리고 뭐 피터츄라는 이런 닉네임도 있잖아요.
And then we
혹시
actually,
바텀끼리의 그런 호흡은 어떤지
in the
지우
analyst
선수께
desk,
여쭤볼게요.
they tend to say something like,
좀
"I choose you, Jiu," or
실수가 하거나
"Go, Peter,
그런
Chu."
부분은 좀 있지만 그래도 좀 한타 부분에서는 잘 맞는 것 같습니다.
I feel like, yeah, we have a good synergy in terms of team fights.
네.
네, 좋습니다. 자, 오늘 또 실비 선수의 부모님이 오셨다고 들었는데 맞나요?
And we're told that Sylvie's
네,
parents
그럼
are
또
here. Is that
부모님께 한
right?
말씀 부탁드릴게요.
Yes, that's right.
매번
Any words for
매
your parents?
경기에 이렇게 보러 와주셔서 정말 감사드리고 여태 많이 승리로
You always
보답을
come
못
here
드렸는데
to
오늘은
cheer
승리를
on and
보답드려서
support me
정말 행복한 것 같습니다.
every match.
네,
And I'm
농심의
really
든든한
happy
보험,
that I'm
실비
able to
보험이라고
give you a
적혀
victory
있었는데 오늘 또 멋지게
and that you're
승리를
able to
견인해 주신 것
witness it
같습니다.
today.
혹시 오늘도 첫 인터뷰이기도 하고 이렇게 승리도 마무리하셨는데 지우 선수도
Since today
팬분들께 한 말씀 부탁드리겠습니다.
It's your first
매번
POG
이렇게
interview.
와주셔서
Would you like to say anything for your
앞으로
fans?
이제 이기는 모습
Thank you so much for coming today, and I hope to
기대해 주셨으면 감사하겠습니다.
show you
네,
lots of
저희
winning
기대하고
moments from now on. So
응원하도록
please look
하겠습니다.
forward to it.
자, 이제 연패를 끊어내는 데는 성공을 하셨습니다. 다음 상대는
And now that you've
전승팀인
successfully
젠지인데요.
escaped the
역시나
losing
기세가
streak, your next
무섭습니다.
opponent is Gen
어떤
G.
점이 가장 경계가 되시는지 여쭤볼게요. 먼저 실비 선수.
What are you most wary of
이제
regarding
모든
Gen G?
라인들이 되게 단단하고 정글 쪽 피너 선수도
Like
되게
Gen G has
잘한다고
solid
생각해가지고
players in every lane.
플레이만 조금 말리지 않으면은 그래도 해볼 만한
And I feel like as long as I don't outplay myself, I'd be
네,
able to.
해볼만하다. 젠지와의
it's-
경기도
It's going to be
기대해보겠습니다.
definitely winnable.
네, 이어서 지우 선수 다음 경기에 대한 각오 한 말씀 들어볼게요.
And Jiu, what's your mindset into your next match?
이제 한타 쪽에서 좀 많이 보여드리겠습니다.
와,
I'll make sure to show you everything I got in terms of the team fight.
기대해봐도 될까요?
네, 기대해 주셔도 될 것 같습니다.
아, 감사합니다. 좋습니다.
So you're saying that the next team fight that you'll show us will be spicy, right? Yes, you can expect a spicy team fight.
승리 진심으로 축하드립니다.
And this will be the end of the interview with Sylvie and Jiu, and back to the space.